means like, holy crap, are you going to be able to do this? And right behind her, like my 8-year-old daughter sort of came by and read it, and she's like, can DC schools be fixed? Yes, my mother is going to do it. So people, since I've been here, have said a lot of things, including, do you think that as a Korean person, as a Korean American, you're going to be able to relate enough to the community here to be effective in your job? And what I think is important to know is that I have been in this work for 15 years, and now I've been here for 7 months, and I spend every single day and night talking to the citizens of this community. And what I will tell you is that I have not yet met a parent anywhere, but particularly in the city, who wants anything different for their child than what I want for my children and what you want for yours. There just isn't a difference in that. And that is the unifying factor in everything that we do. One of my favorite stories is that the former mayor of D.C., Anthony Williams, his mother is very active in Washington, D.C. And one day, Victor Reynoso, who is our deputy mayor, met Mrs. Williams, the former mayor's mother, and she said to him, I think Fenty made a brilliant choice by hiring Michelle Rhee. And Victor said, really? Have you met Michelle? Did you get to know her? And she said, no. I didn't have to meet her. All I had to know was that she was Korean. And everybody knows that if you want a job done well, make a Korean person do it. Because there is nothing that's going to stand in the way of a Korean person and meeting their goals. So I think Adrienne Fenty was brilliant in hiring this little Korean lady to come in here. And interestingly, I think that's the overall sentiment now that I travel through the cities, that people want me to be successful, and that fundamentally everybody wants the same thing. And I think it's important to understand what that is, because Mr. Kwak was talking about how as immigrants came to this country, we didn't want a handout, we wanted an opportunity. And the bottom line is that public education is supposed to be that opportunity for children. Public education is supposed to be the great equalizer in this country. It's supposed to be the thing that ensures that it doesn't matter if you're black or white, rich or poor, you go to school, and if you study hard and you do the right thing and you work with a lot of effort, then you can achieve the American dream. But the bottom line is that is not the reality that we have in this city today. We have a public school system that essentially exacerbates the differences, so that the quality of education that you get if you live in Tenleytown is wildly different than the quality of education that you get in Anacostia. And so we are literally allowing the color of a child's skin and the zip code that they live in to dictate their educational attainment and therefore their life chances and their life outcomes. That is the biggest social injustice imaginable, because that means we are not giving children who had no choice in where they were born and who they were born to, we are not giving them the opportunity to be productive members of society if our school system is not an excellent school system that gives all of them an outstanding education. So that is my mission here. You will be hearing a lot about me as long as I am here, because I am going to transform this system from one which is a bureaucracy that is worried about adults and politics and job security and the whatnot, and I'm going to focus it on doing what is in the best interest of children at all costs. And one of the things that my mother said to me yesterday was, she said, I was always worried about you when you were little because you didn't seem to care about what other people thought. And, I was worried about you being able to get married and all. She's like, now I think that helps you, right? And I said, yes, because right now everyone wants to, say all kinds of things about I'm closing 23 schools and why, and you shouldn't fire people and why. But the bottom line is that despite all of those things, and there will be more difficult things to come, that we have to become a system. We have to become a system that puts aside adult interests and privileges and priorities and operates only within the best interests of students. So thank you.
Well, I think you will agree with me, we are all enriched by the experiences that we've been privileged to share today. We have one more piece of business before lunch, and KEI is very proud to do this. And if I could ask Michelle Rhee to come forward. Like all of you, we are very interested in the success of Michelle Rhee, the determination that she has, and the interest of what's going on in the district public school systems. And so, as a proud member of the D.C. citizens, KEI would like to show our corporate responsibility by asking Michelle Rhee to accept a very small donation of about $5,000 for her to use in the education of the D.C. children, and we wish you well in that. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to allow our speakers to move back to their table, and lunch will be served. Then I'll be back up at the conclusion of lunch to introduce our keynote speaker. Thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch.